So welcome back, and what I want to talk about today is the one thing that alcohol robs from you that you can never get back, and that of course is your time. So alcohol not only destroys your life, destroys your health, and destroys pretty much any form of productivity, it's also robbing you of that one precious resource, which is time. We all know how much time we spend, how much opportunity cost there is in that. And it's not just the time spent drinking, it's also the time spent recovering and the next day, worrying, the problems that we've caused other people, our family, our friends, the work that's missed. And it's this concept of opportunity cost, which I'm sure you'll be aware of, but it's like, not only is it robbing you of the actual time, your life essence, if you like, the thing that you can be a billionaire and you're never getting any more time, but it's also robbing you of what you could have been doing in that time, something productive. And I am on the other side of that coin now, if you like. So use me as a bit of a cautionary tale. So I'm in my 40s and I spent, the best part of 20, 25, 30 years drinking, and that's time I'm never getting back. Now, have I lived up to my full potential? Maybe not. There's a lot of things that can cause you to sit and have regret in your life. I'm at the corporate temple here of Starbucks in Dubai, but yeah, it's a resource that you're never ever going to get back. And what could you have been doing in that time? I could sit and have a life of regret, and I'm in my 40s, as I said. So if you're of a similar age or if you're younger, use me as that cautionary tale, which is you don't want to spend the next 10 years of your life staring at the bottom of a glass or the bottom of a bottle, because you will wake up one day and find that there is no more time left. And if you've carried on drinking in that time, there's going to be a real price to pay. There's going to be some horrific illness, which, let's face it, is going to be a pretty shitty way to die. It's going to be cirrhosis, it's going to be a heart attack, it's going to be something rupturing and, you bleeding to death or something like that, which, it does happen. What I want to try and get across in this video is that concept of time that you're never going to get back. And I mentioned in a previous video the concept of Groundhog Day and how every day is the same and you never make any progress. You're constantly fighting, you're constantly on the back foot. If you cut alcohol out of your life, you'll find that you have so much more capacity for things. Your imagination improves, your ability to actually function in the day-to-day world. You show up for your partner, you show up for your children, you show up for your friends, you show up for yourself. But the concept of lost time, to me, is something that cannot be overstated, because you will never get that time back. You think that you're doing something with your drinking, but all you're doing is just filling time, and that's time that could be spent doing either something productive or with your family, with your friends, with your children. I'm sure you can think of things that you'd rather be doing, but this thing has this grip on you. And if you're anything like me, I don't like being told what to do. I don't like feeling as though my life is not my own. And I would imagine that you're probably the same. And if you clicked on this video and you've made it this far into the video, then I'm guessing that this is going to resonate with you as well. So if we're aware of this opportunity cost, this finite resource of time that's just kind of slipping through our fingers, if we're aware of that, as I've said a million times, alcohol isn't the problem, alcohol is the solution. So what you're doing is finding the solution to whatever that problem is through drinking. I've said 100 times before, my problems are around anxiety. They were around social anxiety and inability to kind of function in what I would consider the normal world. I don't think I'm particularly neurotypical. And I struggled just with day-to-day life and with my career, which was very sales focused. I struggled to actually present as normal. So what I would do is I would have a drink and I would settle right into things. But obviously over time that got completely co-opted and I was just, drinking just because it was a day ending and why. But what we need to find is, what problem are you solving with alcohol? Because you're giving up a huge amount, which is your time, as we've discussed. You ain't never getting that back. It's Groundhog Day. You're just living that same day over and over again. You're just recovering all day. So if you're honest with yourself, you can actually sit and think, well, what problem am I solving with alcohol? Is it the stress of work? Is it the stress of family? Is it an unhappiness with life or situation? Or, it could be 1,000 things, it could be 1,000,000 things. But there will be something, if you're intellectually honest with yourself, that you're solving with this. And that's the first kind of step in reframing what you're doing and why you're doing it. And if you want to book a call with me, you can book a call below. We can go into all of this if you come into the program. If not, no problem. What we do is we start peeling away the layers of the onion, and we start getting, we peel away the outer layers and we find that there's, this kind of core to the onion, and we are able to drill down into what that kind of root cause, and we're able to uncover what it is you're doing, and it's getting to know yourself better. And once you know what's causing this, there could be a myriad of things. You can actually start to address it. But this is what I mean about the concept of Groundhog Day. You're never advancing in your life. You're never actually growing emotionally in any way, and you're remaining in this kind of childlike, stunted, where you're justifying all of this kind of destructive behavior to yourself and not able to move beyond it. And that's why sometimes it takes a program like mine to give you a kick up the arse that you actually need to kind of shake you out of this kind of malaise that you're in, because it's a simple thing to do, but it is not easy. Because if it were easy, you'd have done it already. You'd have done it yourself. Now, I can help you. If you don't want my help, that's absolutely fine, but you can book a call with me. I'll talk you through what the program does, why it's of benefit. If it's something on that call that you don't want to do, that's fine. I'm not a pushy person. If you don't want to do it, that's absolutely fine. I will give you some free, easy things that you can do to start kind of reframing this in your head, and you can start making some progress on your own. If you do come into the program, we'll start what's basically the 30-day sprint, and you will not drink for 30 days, and you will find that you have so much more energy and capacity and mental fortitude to actually build from. We'll give you a base, and then after that 30 days, because you're going to have lifetime membership, after that 30 days, the world's your oyster. We're going to continue stacking these wins on top of each other. But anyway, I wanted to make this video to give you that concept of the loss of time, that thing that you will never see again, this kind of nebulous concept of the wheel of time behind us that just continues to turn every second of every day. You are losing it. And every second that you spend drinking is a second wasted, but it's also a second that you could be doing something else. A minute, an hour, a day, a month, a year, a decade that you could be doing something else. It's not just the drinking, it's robbing you twice. The other thing that I was going to mention is that the whole concept of time, the point of this video is, the time is going to pass anyway. The only thing you need to decide is, where do you want to be in a year from now? Now, picture yourself 1 year from now. What does that person look, or what do you want, and what does that person look like without alcohol? Because the one thing we know for sure is that the time is going to pass anyway. You can't alter that. The only thing that you can alter is whether you're going to be drinking or not in that time. And if you are, then, I wish you lots of luck. But in that time, you could embrace the kind of suck of it. You could embrace the kind of difficulty, and you can understand that you're moving towards a better life. Because when you eliminate alcohol from your life, you're giving yourself a gift twice. So what that means is, not only are you getting back the minute that you're not drinking, you're also gaining the minute to actually do something, to build something. And believe me, it is a minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day thing that stacks on top of each other. And the hardest bit is at the beginning. Then it just gets easier and easier and easier. Let's keep that vision of that person in a year that you want to be alcohol free. What do they look like? What's their relationships like? How much extra money do you have? What project do you want to get done? So I really want you to take this to heart and really understand this concept of time and the wheel of time turning no matter what. One thing that is 100% certain, as I said, is in a year from now, a year will have passed, which is an obvious thing to say, but you ain't stopping it. You know, this is a ride that you ain't getting off. You only get off at the end. So you might as well make the most of it and actually make that conscious decision of, I am done with alcohol. I am done with this life and I need some help. As I say, if it was easy, you'd have done it by now. If you want some help, I'd love to help you. If not, that's no problem as well. Just book a call with me and we'll see what we can do to help. If you don't want to come on board, no problem. I will give you some things that you can take away and do on your own. Anyway, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.